Well, it was another solid session for the market with all the major indices fractionally higher. Not much reaction to the announcement Janet Yellen leaving the Fed once Jay Powell assumes the role of chairman. But stocks, they did kind of fade into the close. Nevertheless, I'm telling you what you got to look at, and I continue to marvel at the economic underpinnings. They just keep getting stronger and stronger. This morning, for instance, the October Conference Board leading economic indicators up 1.2%. That was twice the pace Wall Street anticipated and the highest number in years. 9 out of 10 of the components were higher for the month of October. Hourly wages, manufacturing, initial claims for unemployment, manufacturing new orders, consumer goods and materials, the index of new orders, building permits, new private housing units, stock market prices, of course, leading credit indicators, your spread for interest rates, Treasury bonds, average consumer expectations for business conditions. The only thing that was negative was the manufacturing new orders. That's when you X out aircraft. Nevertheless, 9 out of 10. Now, the leading economic indicators, this news actually dovetailed with a sharp spike last week for fourth quarter 2007 GDP. This from the New York Fed. The move was driven by strong numbers in capacity utilization, industrial production, along with housing starts and permits. In fact, right now, the New York Fed sees the current quarter, the one we're in now, 3.8%. That's up from 3.2% just a week ago. It's been a long time since our economy has seen 3 consecutive quarters of 3+% growth. I cannot overstate how powerful a development that would be. It would signal the return of most levers of the economy, including consumers. Last week we saw it. Brick and mortar names were on fire. And after the close of the day, Urban Outfitters continued with a string of strong financial results from these brick and mortar retailers. The company beat the street on revenues, earnings, comp store sales, and hiked their guidance. In the morning, by the way, tomorrow morning is going to be a large slate of retail names reporting, including Lowe's and Dollar Tree. And by the way, speaking of things on fire, don't look now, but Bitcoin has returned to a new all-time high. You remember last month, the cryptocurrency was down 20% in a one-week period. Nevertheless, it's reversed itself again, powered in part by an approval by Square. This is either the dawn of something that's life-changing or a modern-day tulip craze when it ends. Let's ask Chris Miglino. He's the CEO and founder of SRAX. Chris, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Charles. I appreciate it.
All right, Chris, you and I have had this discussion on air, off air about the viability of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It doesn't go down. I watched a movie over the weekend called Tulip Fever. Okay, so it reminded me of the greatest bubble in history. Many people say we're watching it again with Bitcoin.
Well, it's not just Bitcoin itself. There's many different cryptocurrencies. Your kids will treat cryptocurrencies the same way that they treat Thursday night television right now. They won't know what it is. They won't know what it's like to try to sit down and watch a TV show. They're going to be trading cryptocurrencies through their phones, and it's a change in the way that money is being exchanged. So Bitcoin is just one of the many cryptocurrencies out there that are forging forward.
Right,
and there's lots of amazing things that are happening.
Does blockchain and cryptocurrency work as well? But what about, real quick, these ICOs, these initial coin offerings? Because it is a wild, wild west, and it feels like there's a lot of Me Too companies out there. People are going to get burned, aren't they?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of companies that have seen the ICO as an opportunity just to raise a lot of money. And there's been a lot of ICOs that have come out and raised a significant amount of capital. But you have to look at the teams that are raising these ICOs and the structures of these ICOs. We're, as a publicly traded company that's doing an ICO, we have to do everything by the book. We have to make sure that everything that we do is registered with the SEC, make sure that the SEC
Chris,
is
I gotta wrap this up. Let me jump in real quick, though. Bitcoin, can it be $1 million? Can it go to $1 million per Bitcoin? I know there are a lot of currencies out there, but Bitcoin is the main one most folks are in right now. Is that a possibility?
We would hope so.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.